What's going on, everybody? My name is LoneWolf2864, and I got some pretty big news to go over today. I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but I wanted to go ahead and give my thoughts and impressions on Battlefield Hardline, which is the newly released game that's going to be being produced by Visceral Studios, along with DICE and EA, of course, which will be the next installment in the Battlefield franchise. This is the game that pretty much everybody had been expecting and had been leaked and talked about pretty good while ago, being that there was going to be a police-themed Battlefield game coming out here soon, and it appears that this is the game. I believe it was also codenamed Havana and Omaha, and the official title, of course, Battlefield Hardline. This was actually released, the information was leaked onto the internet about a day or so ago through the most recent Battlelog update. Some guys were able to dig through that information and find pretty much all the details that we could ask for, being that we've got a weapon list, gadgets, classes, game modes, you name it, single player. And to top it all off, earlier today there was a full 7.5 minute long trailer or promo video that was leaked onto the internet. It looks like it's some type of, like, I'd say in-house or studio-only video that was maybe intended to be shown to shareholders or the higher-ups to kind of give them an idea of what the game is going to be like. But nevertheless, since all that information was leaked onto the internet, it pretty much gave EA no choice but to go ahead and make it official. So they went ahead and launched an official website for Hardline, and pretty much just saying that the full release of the game will be, not the full release, but the full showcase of the game will be at E3 on June 9th. So just a couple weeks away. We'll get all the details and get to see pretty much probably I would say a lot of the same footage that we saw in the leaked trailer. But to go over just a few things here, like I mentioned, there was a full weapons list released, and you can see that on your screen now. Just looking over some of the weapons here, of course they all look very familiar. A lot of things from Battlefield 4 are going to be making their way into Battlefield Hardline. So starting off up there at the top left, you can see it looks like there's some type of AK, maybe an AK-47 or an RPK. With some type of extended mag, it appears, so that's pretty cool to see. Maybe extended mags making a return to Battlefield. Of course, there's the Riot Shield, which actually is going to be coming up in the Dragon's Teeth DLC for Battlefield 4 here soon. So as you can tell, being a Battlefield game, even though it's being produced by Visceral, it looks like DICE and Visceral teaming up here, kind of sharing a lot of the same components. So that's pretty cool to see. Also, it looks like there's a baseball bat and a baton, some type of police baton. So that would probably be your two melee weapons, it appears, other than, of course, your standard knife and whatnot. But interested to see how those work out, as well as a taser. So it appears there may be some type of non-lethal takedowns, maybe a game mode where the object is to not necessarily kill all of the enemies, but maybe to get them all into custody, some type of game mode in that way. So that would be kind of cool to see. But just some other notables there, of course, there's the good old M16. Although I was hoping, and I know a lot of people were probably holding their breath, that it would be the A3 version, fully auto, but from a screen that I'll show you here later on, it does appear that it's going to be just the A4 burst mode. So it's a little sad to see, but I can understand from a balance perspective. Also, down the bottom left-hand corner, we'll see the return of the crossbow from Battlefield 3, as well as my personal favorite, good old 870 shotgun. Now, as I mentioned, not only were there weapon the weapons released. Also, we get to see pretty much all the attachments that go along with those weapons. And just looking at this is pretty much copy and paste from Battlefield 4. If this is indeed the customization attachments that they plan on using, which I'm not complaining. My personal favorite, the Coyote sight, is in there, as well as the other traditional reflex sight and the Russian red dot sight. Now, gadget-wise, some pretty interesting things to make note of here. It looks like there's a placeable camera. I don't know if this is something that maybe the recon class, or I believe it's going to be the professional class in Hardline. If this is something that they can place down as sort of like a tugs or an automatic spotting / motion sensor thing, or if this is something you can use as like a remote, basically camera, like what it is. Basically, you could see maybe you know, from a different perspective and spot people that are not around the same area as you, kind of like a MAV, I'm assuming. Also, you can make note there's the grappling hook, so it looks like that's going to be a key to this game, I would say, being able to access rooftops and different locations, all just with the grappling hook. And also, it looks like there is some type of speaker system, and just speaking with Smokeman 1493, me and him were kind of discussing, could this be maybe the, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the high energy, high frequency audio transmitting weapons that they have developed. Basically, it sends out a high frequency pulse, and it kind of stuns and basically renders the people in front of it pretty much helpless. So that could be maybe what that is. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know how I would feel about that or how that would work out. I imagine if that was something that basically, you know, distorted your screen and basically made it to where you couldn't hear, I think pretty much everybody on the server would actually go after that at one time to try to get rid of that. That would be awful. So kind of interested to see how that turns out. But other than that, the only other things I would make note of are the two needles there. I don't know if those are some type of like EpiPen or energy system, or if it's going to be more like a health system. It could be like in Battlefield 4, how you have your standard med bag that can heal anybody within the vicinity, and then the other option is you have the little small med packs that you can throw onto one individual player. So I don't know if that's the case where you can heal one person at a time with the pen, and then have the first aid kit to heal multiple people at a time. I'm not sure how that works, but that would just be my guess. And now on to the good old vehicle category. Just looking at this list, there's not a whole lot that we can tell. We just have the side angle icons for the vehicles. But it looks like, just as you would expect, there's pretty much each class of vehicle, there's one for each faction, for the police / SWAT, and then the robbers. So basically we have two, it looks like scout choppers. One would look like the standard police TV chopper, and then of course you have what looks like the Little Bird. And then there looks like a couple of police cruisers, a set of transport helicopters, and a couple other things to make note of there. There's a crotch rocket and some type of police moped. So that's kind of interesting, and as well as two sports cars, which will probably be used in as getaway vehicles for the robbers. But other than that, there's like some type of fuel tanker, and not sure what that would be used for. I mean, of course, refueling, but I don't think that's what that would be intended for in this game. So we'll have to hold out to see what they intend that for. But I don't want to go into too many more details, you guys. I'll leave links down in the description. You can check it all out. There's tons and tons of information already been leaked out, including all the game modes, one of which is, I believe, called Hardline, and that's the one that kind of caught my attention the most. And it's a mixture of, say, GTA, in that it requires like a high-speed chase. So I believe you're actually going to be able to drive vehicles. I'm not sure how that's going to work as far as teamwork, team-oriented. But just from a thrill standpoint, that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, trying to get away from the cops, and then if you're on the cop side, of course, trying to chase the criminals down and take them out. That sounds like that's going to be awesome. And I'm sure that would feature, you know, 1 or 2 scout choppers in the process. So really looking forward to that game mode. But as I said, check the links down in the description for all the details, for full information and everything that you can think of right now. And for the rest of that, we'll just have to hold out for E3 here in a couple of weeks, which I am really, really excited for. A lot of games coming up on that I'm really excited to see. So anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Battlefield Hardline. What's your impressions? What's your opinion on the development of this game and what you hope it could be, what you think it might turn out to be? And also any games that you're really excited to see coming up at E3. I'd really like to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on that. But anyway, as always, guys, I hope you liked the video and maybe learned something. And if you did, hit that like button and let me know. And other than that, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.